the key to the car tomorrow has to do with a front splitter. You want this front splitter to travel down, be right against the ground, but not bottom out. Now, if you go back to our old car like we used to race here, teams would take the front springs and do a coil binding process. When the car traveled, these coils would touch each other. That's as far as the car would travel. That really won't work with the car tomorrow with the front splitter. So what they're working with along with front springs is the front shock absorbers. And what they do, they put these spacers or snubbers on the shock shaft. When the car travels, basically the shock will bottom out on these, and that's as far as the car will travel. Now, if I go back to Talladega, the first time we raced the car tomorrow at a restrictor plate racetrack back in the fall of last year, teams were getting really soft with the front springs. Why? Because the surface was as smooth as this concrete. But here at Daytona, a lot of humps, bumps, and swells, the car wants to bottom out, so you got to be really careful to work with the front springs and shocks, because when the car bottoms out, it's not going to drive very good.
That COT car right now with the bump stops, we've been working, well, day and a half, and we're still working on them, but usually we worked on aero stuff down here. Now that just gave us a different outlook to look on because NASCAR's got our hands tied.
With the package we have now with bump rubbers and having to limit travel, we've got a lot less travel available to us than what we've had years past.
We talk about the wing. At downforce racetracks, you can move the angle of that wing from 0 degrees up to 16. Here at Daytona, it's locked in, everyone at 10 degrees. You notice this little gurney lip that really hurts the drag. At the downforce racetracks, it's only 3/16 of an inch tall. Here at Daytona, everyone has to be 1 inch tall with that gurney. Now, the end plates that control side force and downforce, at other racetracks with the car tomorrow, you can run the straight ones, or you actually can run a curved one, or you can run a combination. Here, everyone has to run straight end plates on both the right side and the left side. Now here, getting ready for the Daytona 500 with our old car, it was mandated that you had to have at least 375-pound rear springs to hold that spoiler up in the air. They had to go to 500-pound springs with the car tomorrow, 125 pounds stiffer than our old car. But let's talk about something at the front that the teams can adjust on. It's actually the front splitter. They can move it from 4 inches to 6 inches out, a 2-inch window to adjust on. I would say that for qualifying, to reduce the drag, it'll be into 4 inches, but when they get ready to race that 500-mile race, they'll probably pull it out.